Goodwill Community Foundation, creating opportunities for a better life.
In Google Spreadsheets, every project is different. That means you may want to modify certain things, including the size and layout of your cells, to better fit the data you're working with. For example, this column has already been resized, but not quite enough. A couple of the addresses are still getting cut off. I'm going to increase the width a little more by positioning my mouse over the line in the column heading, then clicking and dragging it to the right. Another option is to auto-size the column. This will automatically adjust the width so it fits the contents of the cells exactly. Just double-click the line instead of dragging it. Now the column is perfectly sized to the text. Rows work very much the same way. They start out auto-sized to fit your text, but you can easily adjust their height by clicking and dragging the lines. Sometimes it's useful to be able to resize all of your cells at once. For example, in this spreadsheet, I'd like to make all of my rows the exact same height. To do this, click the Select All button just below the formula bar. Then resize a row, it doesn't matter which one, and the change will be applied to the entire spreadsheet. Next, I need to add another row to this list. I'd like to put it in between row 6 and row 7. To add a new row, all you have to do is right-click the row heading, then choose from the menu. You can insert one above or below your current selection. The process is similar for adding a new column. Again, just right-click, and this time you can choose to insert one to the left or the right. Deleting columns and rows is just as easy. First, select the column or row you want to delete. Then right-click and choose Delete from the menu. If you need to move a column or row, start by selecting it, then drag and drop it into place. Let's fast forward to the finished spreadsheet. Next, I'd like to take a look at wrapping text, which is one way of addressing cells that contain more text than they can actually display. For example, I'd like to resize my column of addresses to about half its current size, but still be able to see the contents. We can do this using the Wrap Text button on the toolbar. Now the text is on multiple lines. Another useful feature for spreadsheets with lots of data is the ability to freeze certain rows or columns. It works just like it sounds. The cells become frozen or fixed in place, allowing you to scroll through your spreadsheet and still see important information like your header row. To get started, open the View menu. Then mouse over Freeze Rows or Freeze Columns depending on what you need. You can freeze up to 10 rows at the top of your spreadsheet. In this example, I want to freeze the first two, the title and the header, so I'm going to choose Freeze 2 Rows. Now the top 2 rows stay in place when I scroll through the rest of my spreadsheet. A thin gray line indicates where the cells are frozen. Now for the finishing touch, combining the cells in the top row so the title of my spreadsheet can be centered in a single large cell. To do this, select the cells you want to merge, then click Merge Cells on the toolbar. There, that's perfect! The best way to learn about modifying cells, freezing rows and columns, and wrapping text is to practice. So the next time you're working on something, look for ways that you can use these techniques to improve the look of your spreadsheet.